Okay, so in the last tutorial, we saw how we can create a function that is expecting to receive some sort of argument passed in. Okay, so in this tutorial, what we're going to do is we're actually going to create a function uh, that is actually just going to receive a number passed in. So we'll create a function called square numbers. We'll pass in a number because a number squared is just a number times itself. That'll be pretty straightforward. And then what we're going to do is we're going to create a function that actually has two parameters. So we've that to look forward to in this tutorial. Okay, so just for a bit of practice, what we're going to do is we're just going to create a function. I'm going to call it square numbers. We'll have our parentheses. I'm just going to call the parameter number. Then we have our curly braces, and we'll just console.log number, so the parameter times itself. Then we'll just pass in a few different numbers to that function that we've created. And then finally, we'll speak about creating a function that is expecting to receive in two arguments. Okay, so we use function, the keyword, and I'm going to call this function square numbers. Okay, then we have our parentheses. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give the parameter a name. Remember, a parameter is just a placeholder, and I'm just going to call it number. Then inside of curly braces, we are going to write out the code for our function. So we're just going to log out the value of whatever number is passed in as an argument squared. Okay, so 2 squared is 4, 5 squared is 25, etc. Okay, 4 squared I believe is 16. Yeah, okay, squared is just a number times itself. So console.log, it's going to be number. I'm holding down shift and pressing 8 on the keyboard to get the little star or asterisk, and then number, and then semicolon to end the statement. So what we've done is we've created our function using the keyword function. We have square numbers, that's the name of the function. This function is expecting to receive a parameter, okay, called number. And because I've defined or called the parameter number, and remember it's really just a placeholder, this is what we're going to, how we're going to refer to whatever data is passed in as an argument. Because I've called the parameter number, I have to be consistent, so down here it's also called number. So let's just pass in a few different values to the function. So let's just pass in the number 2. So what we're doing here is we're just passing in the number 2 to the function above. So here we've created the function, and here we are basically just passing in the data. And it's actually, so that's brilliant, I made a mistake. So this isn't going to work because I've actually called the function, I've referred to the wrong function. There's no square number function, it's called square numbers. Square number, yeah, let's take away the S. So that is the first lesson of JavaScript. Make sure you are naming everything correctly and spelling it. So the function is now called square number, and I'm calling square number by typing out the name of the function and then passing in to the number as an argument to the function. And this function appears expecting to receive a parameter. Remember, when it's passed in as an argument, and then we just log out console.log number times number. In this case, it'll be 2 times 2, which will be 4. So if I come down to, hi Batman, to the browser and refresh, we get 4. Okay, so we can call or invoke this function again by simply typing out the name of the function, but instead of passing in 2, we'll pass in 4. So again, all we're doing is we're passing in the number 4 to the function above as an argument, okay? As an argument, okay? So now what we're doing is we're just passing in 4 to our function. And remember, this function square number, it is expecting to receive a parameter called number, and then we just log out const.log number times number, okay? So if I just save and refresh, we see we get 4 and then we get 16. We'll do it one more time for practice. If I can just copy that, come down here, square number, and we'll pass in 10. Why not? So if I save and refresh, we now get 100. Okay, awesome. I tell you what, we'll leave that tutorial there. I'll see you in the next one where we'll talk about creating a function where we're passing in two arguments, so the function is expecting to, the function will have two parameters. That was just a bit of practice. So we'll see you in the next one.